November 1st. What we ought to say. Now when they bring you to the synagogues and magistrates and authorities, do not worry about how or what you should answer or what you should say, for the Holy Spirit will teach you in that very hour what you ought to say, which is Luke chapter 12, verses 11 through 12. Jesus said, when they bring you to the synagogues and magistrates and authorities, don't worry. It's consoling to know that God knows the future, even if it isn't rosy. Jesus said that there was no cause for worry about how or what to say, because he would teach them the very hour they needed to know. The Apostle Paul used ought several times when he spoke of his own evangelistic responsibility. He asked for prayer that he would speak as he ought to speak. We ought to speak also. Sinners are dying and going to hell. How can we not warn them? Jesus was warning his disciples of coming persecution and saying that we must warn even those who hate us. We know what we ought to say because we have the Holy Spirit, which the disciples didn't have. We also have the complete New Testament, which tells us to preach the gospel in season and out of season, as we ought to do. Soul search. Am I ever at a loss as to what I ought to tell lost sinners? Am I willing to study the subject to become proficient? Father, teach me how to share the gospel with this dying world.